so this is Thomas Blackman with Blackman Auctions. Right now I'm riding with Lance Nichols. Lance, I'm going to show you every now and then. We're touring his property that you'll see it listed on our website as the El Paso property. 438 acres. I always have to ask on that one, but the best way to see this property, in my opinion, is to ride it with Lance. You know, this place is beautiful. So I just wanted to do a tour. Lance, how long have you owned this place?
15 years.
15 years. And what did it look like when you came out here?
Well, I bought it. It had been clear cut, and it looked like a bomb went off right after the tornado hit. And it took 3 years to clean this one up with some really big equipment. And we built ponds. Some of them were started as kind of low spots, and then other ones like this one. This is our biggest at probably 6 acres, and we started from scratch on this one because I really wanted one that was just really tailored towards the fish, and this one is. We built it deep and did the levee right. It doesn't leak. It's got a lot of structure in it. And loaded with fish.
And we're looking at, so right now in Arkansas, if you're watching this video from out of state, we are looking at a record dry and hot summer right now. So I'm going to say this is about, I hate to guarantee something, especially with real estate, because land always changes, but this is a level with an aggressively dry summer. So I'm going to say that on an average summer, it's probably a foot deeper than that, maybe. And then in the winter time,
oh, it's level all winter, and the only water it loses is just evaporation. So
okay.
And that some of these other ponds, they do drain down, but they get refilled by one of the creeks when the creek gets high. So they've always got fish. In fact, I've been surprised at how many fish are in some of the other ones. But it's incredible fishing.
How many ponds are on the property?
Five
Ponds. And that's, of course, like you said, that's the biggest one.
Yeah.
Okay. How many creeks?
So there's two separate creeks. There's Bull Creek and Little Bull Creek, and they actually intersect on this property, and then they form Bull Creek, which runs all the way down to BV. Goes all the way to the White River, but basically all the drainage for this whole area up here in these hills comes across this farm. So it's got, I think, over a mile of actual live water on the property.
This is one of 2 or 3 creek crossings.
Yeah, three good ones like this.
Flowing water. And you told me one time it flows pretty much year round.
It can. I mean, it wouldn't have surprised me for there not been any moving water in it, but it doesn't ever really dry up or anything. And like I said, it's always got fish. So there's really 2 big loops that I made through the woods on these hardwood ridges, and this is one, I call this one the north loop, and then we've got one on the south, and they're both pretty long. I mean, they're over a mile. Really pretty trails. I usually keep them clear. Great for horses, ATVs, whatever you want to do.
There's part of the creek right there. Now, there's no deer back here, are there?
There's a few deer. Everywhere I buy, most people that know wanted to let the age structure get established. And just over the years, we have not killed a lot of bucks off the place. We killed several does, but we still definitely follow the age. I just can't shoot a young deer, especially if they've got good potential. And this place has always had incredible genetics for where it is. White County is definitely known for big deer, 150 plus type deer, and we've killed a few in that range, and then my neighbors have killed some way bigger, 170 plus. So we know that there's that potential here, and that's why we just can't shoot them when they're young.
What other wildlife you see out here?
Turkeys are incredible. I've never had a farm this good as far as the turkeys. And actually, there's just to the south, it's called Turkey Mountain. It's a pretty good sized mountain, and this area is known for the turkey population. And then there's all kinds of other, all your standard stuff.
So you're doing, right now we're doing a loop of the property, am I right?
Yeah, so this is on that north, it's actually a separate mountain from the south, and we've gone up to the top of the ridge, and now we've come back down into the creek bottoms.
Okay.
And then we're going to go back up on another ridge as we go back. I think because of the diversity is what makes it feel so much bigger than it would if it was just one flat tract, or it's just got so many cool features.
That's true. I guess I'm now noticing that and guys, just so you know, when you're listening to this video, there was no pre-planned dialogue. So if you hear me going, I really never thought about it, that's sincere, because as I'm riding around through here, there's parts of this I haven't seen yet. But it is a diverse landscape. I feel like we're in the middle of a rainforest right now.
And most people that come on it the first time, they can't believe how remote it feels, and still to be this close. We're only 12 minutes from BB, we're 20 minutes from Cabot, we're 15 minutes from Searcy, Bologna, Conway. I mean, you can pretty much go in any direction and be to one of those really popular growing areas where you can find everything in less than 20 minutes. And that's the thing, is a lot of places, when you're looking at properties like this, a lot of them you have to drive through some really rough areas to either get to them, or that's the nearest town. And so there again, this has been a wonderful place to live and raise my kids, because it is so close to everything. We can my fiance and I can jump in the truck. We can be in Little Rock at a nice restaurant in 35 minutes. So that makes it valuable.
That's something that's kind of rare, because to find a piece of property that's this manicured, this maintained, with the house on it, with the ease. I mean, you're paved highway to the gate, and basically you go to the El Paso intersection, the Bologna intersection is 64 and 5. You go north of there
5 miles,
about 5 miles,
or 3 miles. I'm sorry.
Yeah, well, it's 3 miles to the cut,
turn, and then 5,
and another 5 miles down here.
So it's 8 miles from El Paso.
But every house you pass is nice. I didn't see a single rundown place. I didn't see a single unkept location. It was really nice down here.
People have asked, you know, why we're selling, and probably the biggest reason is my kids are going off to Fayetteville, and my son's 21 and daughter's 18, and to not have their help on this place would not be. It would definitely put the work all back on Dad. So yeah, we kind of hate to leave, but it's time, and but that's been a question that's come up. To have hardwoods and then creek bottoms and the fields, you know, we probably got 30 acres of tillable, or maybe a little bit more than that, and this soil is just incredible to be where it is. It's some of the best dirt I've ever owned.
Okay, so I see what we just did. We just did a loop.
Yep. Okay. Yep, just a big circle, just like the other side. So there's a big circle on the north end, big circle on the south end, and so we're leaving from the north property line heading south as we travel back.
Going to be in 4 different sections, plots, from the south side to the north side. So if you are just interested in this lower section, you can just buy this lower section. If you're interested in just the northern section, you can buy just the northern section. So it will be divided up into a size that everybody can play.
So we're starting on that south loop now.
Okay.
We'll hit the woods right up here. And
so the ridge line is over here?
Yep.
Is that right?
Yeah,
okay.
we're heading almost, we're kind of going southwest right now, but we'll be going straight south.
This is my favorite place. I came out here the first time and was on the lower section, and I thought, man, this is my favorite place. And then you brought me up to the south side, up on top of this ridge. This is my favorite place.
Yeah,
this is really, really a cool place. Now this is relatively easy. I say relatively easy to get to. There's a paved road about
Sandy Ford Road.
About what, a half a mile, 3/4 of a mile down there?
We're probably, by the time we get to the end of the property, it's just a 1/4 mile.
Yeah.
So you got a 1/4 mile of just gravel drive and then blacktop all the way.
I'm going to just show right now the houses that he shares a line with. So you can see that your neighbors are going to be as worried about keeping this place nice as you're going to be worried about keeping it nice, which is important. That's once again,
and that's actually why I bought some of this extra. I bought some of this after I initially owned the bigger part of the farm. We bush hogged that a little bit just so people can get an idea.
I keep looking at this place as a corporate retreat, a place that a company could purchase it, allow use by employees, do corporate retreats out here for customers, clients.
Yep.
I see that as a
Bring your family, let them fish, let the kids fish, have some side by side ride with horses.
Look at that view. That's just this is the place that.
This area of Arkansas, this is kind of what everybody looks for because it creates such a seclusion, you know, with the rolling hills, you got the hardwoods, you got the wildlife.
Yeah, if someone's on this, well, they're out here for a reason.
Yeah. Yeah, and like I said, I have not, I'm almost shocked because of some of the problems I've had on some other properties, but this place is just a really quiet. It never had any trouble, so that's really been hard to find for me.
So we've been, just so you know, Lance, we're 39 minutes into this video.
Wow.
And so I'm going to take this and edit it down to where it's not a 39-minute video,
Sure.
but if you're listening right now, you understand that this is how big this property is and the trails out here.
Yeah, there's a mile. Right.
We're still not back to the house yet.
No, we're probably a good mile and a half of getting back.
It's just with the land sales you see around Arkansas sometimes with the 1,000 acres and 500 acres, you get spoiled and you think 430 acres. When somebody says that, you think, well, it's not that big, but it's huge.
It feels
430 acres.
Yeah, if you took off walking, it'd take you a while.
Well, and this brings up something else that, I mean, I know you're probably going to like bail out of this thing and like jump out and leave me riding in the Polaris by myself if I bring this up, but a developer.
Yeah.
I know you like the solitude of this. You like the fact that you can ride for 40 minutes and still be on your property. But as far as the developer goes, this is a rare piece because you are right here with all the ridge lines, with the flat areas. I mean, there's a distinct possibility to develop it into 10 or 20 acre lots. See, this is one of those roads that I talked about, the levees, that are just immaculate.
And I built all these just so I wouldn't make ruts in the wetland. So I elevated the roads where I can stay high and dry and no ruts.
Lance doesn't like ruts.
No.
So now, how many fields are there?
There's the 3 big ones. No, I'll take it back to 4. There's the one across the creek that wasn't worked up yet. 4. So you got 4 big ones and then a few small ones. But I would say I've always figured it about between 30 and 40 acres is what I've got turned over for fall plots.
So in the auction, there's a international tractor that's got duals on it, 4-wheel drive.
It's a good tractor.
And there's also a Kubota 4-wheel drive tractor with a loader on the front of it. Enclosed cab on both of them, AC.
Everything's good.
Now, so that metal building, the house is inside of it. You go to our website. I'm not going to go in there right now because they're in the process of cleaning up, moving out. But you can go to our website and see pictures of the inside of that. So it's a cool idea, and there's a lot more people are doing that now. What do they call them? There's a name for it.
Barn-dominium.
Barn-dominium. That's right. And so anyway, so you see that's the back side of it. Of course, you saw the barn on the other side. And then it's got enclosed parking underneath right here. So that's it. Lance, thank you very much for the tour. We did this because the last couple times I've ridden around on a Ranger with Lance, he can tell you more about the property than anybody else can. So I think these videos are important. Once again, thank you. If you have any questions, go to blackmanauctions.com or just call us, 501-664-4526. Thank you, Lance.